Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. So we are going to be starting the second DLC today, and I have brought in some party members that we had before just because I felt that we should bring them back for the DLC, and some of them have quests still in the DLC. I suspect at least two of them do. I think that Zawa's weapon, which remember is cursed onto him, that's probably going to be solved in this DLC. I would almost hope it should be. I mean, I looked all over for something that was a whirling agent made of copper, adder, and stone and found nothing, so I hope it's there. If it's in the first DLC, then we severely missed something. And Manea's main quest is in the second DLC zone, so that's pretty good. I also equipped everybody, so everyone's all nicely equipped. I also brought a Loth along instead of bringing along the others, because we don't need anyone to travel with us anymore for their main companion quest, so I thought, who do I want at the end of the game? I want a Loth, so that's why a Loth's coming with us. I want him to level up a little bit. I also sold all of our stuff. Look how much money we have. We have 136,000 copper, which is just insane. So we're never going to run out of money. One thing we do need to do before we head out is we need to just level up some of our characters. Hopefully it won't take too long. And let's just start. So they're only like a level behind, so it's not too much problem. Not too much of a problem. Do you want mechanics, lore, survival? I think we're just doing athletics and stealth, so we're just going to skip out on this level for her. And then we get to choose a rogue ability. So, persistent distraction. Whenever the rogue is contributing to the flanked affliction, the victim is also distracted. Neat. Shadow step. Teleport across the battlefield. And it gives them damage. That's pretty good if we want to get her in. Oh, sap. We're going to take sap. That's so useful. She's also a melee attacker, so sap with that. She can go in, stun them, and kill them. Seems really useful. Right. She has another level. We're going to go for stealth, I think. Yep. And then we get to put one more point in. Veteran's recovery is super useful, and we're going to take it because she's going to be in melee range. There we go. Devil of Karok is set up. Next one is Zawa. Zawa, I think, is kind of athletic survival, but neither of them can be leveled, so we'll just skip out on that level. Then we get to choose what we want to do. So we can just give him more movement speed. We can give him stuff per rest. We can give him a passive. Okay. Through endurance, getting a temporary bonus whenever hostile effect disappears. It's not that big a bonus, but it's alright. It would stop him being kind of perma CC'd. What have we got here? Melee critical hits cause the target to become weakened. Yeah, he's not really a critical hit guy. It's not what we're using. 50% chance to deflect ranged attacks. Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, there's no other stuff. I was like, does he have to be unarmed? No, it's just a 50% chance to reflect ranged attacks. That's pretty good. Some of these require wounds, so I kind of want to avoid them. The Dichotomous Soul, this would summon a manifestation of flame and a manifestation of ice. Okay, so it basically gives Zawa an extra 2 people he can summon. That's pretty good. Skyward Kick. Leave someone prone or long pain. We can't really do any of those. I quite like this one, Soul Mirror, for how we're building him. He's kind of a tank for us, so I think that this is really useful. Right, next level. We can put points into survival. That would put him up to received healing multiplier. It's not that useful. We could also give him athletics, so we'll give him athletics. Here we get to choose what he gets. I'm just checking some basic ones. He seems to have a lot of the good stuff. Lesser wounds, lowers wound threshold, which is alright. None of the rest are really jumping out at me as something he has to have. Yeah, nothing here is something he has to have. Unstoppable is really useful though. Just gives him defense against a whole bunch of annoying stuff. Yeah, we'll give him the defense. We'll give him unstoppable, I think. Or do we want to give him body control? Mental Fortress. Actually, we're going to give him Mental Fortress. We don't want him turning against us. There we go. Right. Manea. Manea's in the same situation. She has the extra damage reduction. Yeah, there's no point doing anything with her. She has barbarian abilities. We're looking for things that basically allow them to... we're not looking for damage. We're looking for things that allow her to survive. Character, okay. Raw damage, okay. The barbarian reflexively lashes out on anyone who hits him or her in melee, doing raw damage to anyone unfortunate. No one's gonna hit her. That's the thing. She's got deflection. That's the whole point of deflection, is nobody hits you. Or at least in this game it is, because they'll get misses. Barbarians are able to leap high into the air and crash down the foes, dazing them. Okay. Not really interested. It breaks engagements. Cannot be engaged by enemies. Not interested. This one gives her once per encounter. She can do extra damage. Not very interested. Not interested. That's like if she dies, she's never dying. Once she downs 2 foes, she goes quicker for a little bit. Not interested. Barbaric shouts. Okay. Bloodied. When she is at below 50% health, she does more damage. That's pretty good, because if she goes below 50% health, she's still alive for a very long time. Yeah, that's why I think that one's better. I think we're going to go with bloodied. Right, so we're going to get more stuff here. Athletics, 100%, and then we can put our points into one of these. Anything obvious? I don't think so. I think maybe we just take one of these. Something like Mental Fortress. Yeah. Make her so that she can't turn. Right, and then we get a Loth, and a Loth is just lore, I think. Survival, if we get it to 7, it'll be useful, so we'll knock it up. I say 4 is useful enough, because that gives it... We don't really need the damage reduction from him, so 4 is fine. In which case we're just going lore, and we'll just skip. He gets a level 7 spell, Wall of Draining. So this one steals beneficial effects from people in the line. Not interested. Chaotic Orb. Oh, these are our first level 7 spells. Interesting. This one bounces between another number of enemies, dealing damage and inflicting a variety of negative afflictions, including petrified, paralyzed, weakened. Okay, so it just kind of gives random afflictions and bounces. Alright. Phantom. This summons a copy of a Loth, which can do low-level spells. Yeah, not interested. This one is a ton of raw damage. Any non-spirit felled will summon a spectre under the caster's control. That's pretty useful. Warding Staff. Summons a quarterstaff that adds deflection and pushes enemies away with hobbled effect on each successful attack. The summoning itself also pushes everyone, including allies, away from the caster. Not interested. Delayed Fireball. Hurls out a tiny ball of flame that sits in for a fixed amount of time before exploding into heavy burn damage. That's not a lot of burn damage. That's a really, really low amount of burn damage. I think we take Chaotic Orb and Killing Bolt, because I think those are basically the best overall. They're just so good. We get to choose a level 3 spell to take. I'm thinking Fireball. Expose Vulnerabilities, though, is really useful. It's just damage reduction all around. And it would be something we might want to cast every fight. Fireball, on the other hand, is also fairly useful. It doesn't do that much damage, but, you know, it's alright. We could as for the caster, I was going to say we could also take that to buff someone, but it's caster buff. It's not that useful. Although it could be fun at the start of a fight. You just kind of basically go... Oh, it also drains their endurance. No. Arcane Dampener. Suppresses beneficial effects in an area. It's alright. I'm seeing if there's anything else we want. I don't think there's anything else we really want, so we'll take a level 3. Expose Vulnerabilities is pretty good. I think we use that a lot. Cool. Done. Do we have to level them up again? No. So, Manea is 14, I think, and Aloft's at 13. Is that the right levels? Manea is at... How do you even find levels on this? Oh, 14, yeah. And Aloth is going to level up very, very soon. Okay, and what level are we? We're probably 14. Yeah, we're about halfway through 14. So we're doing well. Anyway, let's go and actually start this DLC proper. So, I'm gonna head over here, and we're just gonna go over the top. Now, we did read the start to at the end of the last DLC, we got the event for the start of this one, so I think we're just gonna go right into stuff. Okay, we're back in Stalwart, and nothing bad is happening.
While we wait, the enemy grows stronger.
And you'd send more of us to die.
Well, I'm not gonna stand around. Are you?
You've done plenty, Darian.
Darian, okay. You approach the source of the commotion and see a throng of villagers. They're arguing amongst themselves and hurling questions and demand at a lone figure perched above them. A young man stands on a spur of rock, his clenched fist held aloft, Steam rises from his wild hair and flushed face as he shouts to the gathering.
Been a week since our people left these gates. A week since the Iron Flail took them. Yet we wait here behind our sturdy new walls, hiding in our rebuilt homes. We've done nothing.
He brings his fist into his palm with a sharp smack. The crowd erupts, bristling with pointed fingers and pointed words. One woman steps forward, her eyes locked on the young man.
Who are you to tell us how to defend our own? You ain't been here 2 months!
And since I got here, I've been working alongside the rest of you. Don't start with that again.
A handful of others nod along with him, but they cringe and flinch as another villager joins the fray, shaking his finger at the young orator.
Well, it was your idea to send our people to that damned fort in the first place. If it weren't for you and the other leeches that come up with you, we wouldn't be in this mess.
We're just gonna stay quiet, listen, see what happens.
Enough. Enough!
He scans the assembly, beads of sweat rolling from his temples. His eyes fall upon you, and he points.
You want to boot all the Outlanders from your town? Tell that to the hero of the White Forge.
A dozen heads turn in your direction. The villagers recognize you, and their eyes widen with hope and reverence. What's this all
A
about?
bunch of greedy foreigners who want what's ours.
Another cry goes up, but it's quieter, more uncertain. Darian quickly jumps in.
It's a small army from Raid Saris. They call themselves the Iron Flail.
At Darian's mention of the name, the rest of the crowd falls silent. The words trigger a sudden flashback to your dream of the mysterious army and the destruction of Caed Nua. As the image fades, you see once more the vision of 100 eyes watching you and something just beyond.
Showed up a few weeks after you opened the battery. Demanded we give him the White Forge. They're led by a Darek Sendamir. Comes from an old Raid Saren family. The rumor has it the man's half mad with visions. Claims one drove him here to take the White Forge.
In Zawa's experience, if one is only half mad with visions, the dose was too low.
They're not the only bloodsuckers around here.
The villager glares up at Darian, but most of his fellows are ignoring him by now. Darian raises his voice above the ruckus.
Our crew at the battery locked their doors and told the Iron Flail to go back to Raid Saris. Instead, they built a fort in the middle of the wood. So we sent a committee to reason with them. But that was a week ago. We haven't seen our people since.
A low rumble ripples through the crowd. Darian hesitates.
That can only mean one thing.
He grimaces as the frightened, arguing crowd drowns him out once more. Okay. We'll say he's right. You've got to defend what's yours.
We're just miners and fisher folk.
Panic surges from the crowd.
Send Darian and the rest of the newcomers. Let them earn their keep.
We've cleared your roads and repaired this town. What more do we have to prove?
Cries of agreement and protest boil up from the crowd.
Maybe we could nudge them into torching their own village.
Please, everyone!
In the fragile silence that follows, the others turn and look at Darian.
Whatever our difference is, we've got to deal with the army at our gates. You've done a lot for Stalwart already. Many of us wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you.
He breaks off, looking as if he'd like to stuff his words back into his mouth. After an uneasy pause, he swallows and continues.
What I mean is, if anyone could deal with an army, it's you.
Very well, I'll help you.
The Iron Flail cleared a patch of forest north of Durgan's battery, built their fort there. It'll be well guarded, so if you can get in without raising an alarm, you may have an easier time of it. The important thing is to deal with the commander. If you can get rid of him, the rest of the soldiers will scatter.
Now, we're an honest person. We pretty much just say whatever's on our mind. I think I've dreamed about this army.
What exactly did you see?
He watches you with wide, wondering eyes. A murmur ripples through the crowd. We're very honest. Stalwart was destroyed. The villagers gasp and exchange panicked whispers.
Let's just hope there's still time to prevent it.
His voice is firm, but his face is ashen.
Anyway, we've got our work cut out for us here.
He gives the crowd a purposeful look. Grumbling, they start to disperse.
While you're out, stop by the battery. Wangra and her team are still repairing the heavy cannons, but they've made a lot of progress elsewhere. Thought you might like to see how far it's come.
I wanted to ask you about something.
Haven't been here long, but I'll tell you what I can.
Tell me about the Iron Flail.
They heard about the White Forge and came running, just like a lot of us did. Only difference is, they brought siege weapons. As best anyone can tell, they're from the border region near Little Bend, one of the poorest parts of the country. For Raid Saris, well, that's saying something.
What brought you to Stalwart?
Work. I was a cobbler in New Yarma, but the city got more crowded every year. Rural types fleeing the legacy. A couple months ago, I heard Stalwart was offering land and opportunity to new settlers, so figured I'd give it a go out here. For a while, folks seemed glad to have some new blood, but that changed as more and more of us came.
There seems to be a lot of tension around town.
Before you opened Durgan's Battery, people tell me Stalwart barely had enough warm bodies to keep the town running. A bunch of us came when we heard about the White Forge, but now, I think the old-timers would just as soon send us back.
He begins ticking off items on his fingers.
We take the best jobs, we don't pay our respects to Andra, we're overcrowding the town. I get it. Stalwart's changing. Same thing happened in New Yarma when folk moved in from the countryside. But they can't keep blaming us for everything that goes wrong out here.
He sighs and a steaming cloud escapes his lips.
I'm just hoping they'll calm down once the Iron Flail is gone.
Well, that's all. Well, we found out about the army. That's quest number 1. So, do we want to explore the town again? Probably. We want to just have a quick look around. If there's nothing new, there's nothing new, but... Ooh, that's a different temple, isn't it? Because that used to be a temple of Andra, I think, and now it's a temple of Abaddon.
Me.
Okay, let's speak to their shopkeep first. Is it true? I saw lights from the battery. Did you really open it? The Orlan claps his hands in wonder. Oh, okay, so that's from the previous DLC. He does not have anything worth buying, apart from the camping supplies, which we actually didn't have any of. There we go, we'll buy those. Why does that keep going up? That's weird. I think we fixed it. Okay, cool. I'm also going to have all of his lockpicks. Oh, it does that every time I click on something. Oh, that is weird. And I'd also like to have all of your torches. Nope. That wasn't the one I clicked on. Let's go for the bottom half of it. No, I can't click on it before it jumps up. Okay, cool. We're not having any torches. We'll trade for that. Cool. Back out.
What?
So, let's just have a quick look around town. Don't need to, like, rush into anything. Just see who's around. Ooh. Is that a new person? Is that, like, a person we can speak to? Or is that... Nah, he's a miner. Okay. What we got here? Miner. Ooh, there's a way into the mines now. Was there always a way? It wasn't always a way into the mines. Interesting. Well, that's cool. Let's go down to the Temple of Abaddon. See what's going on. Or Abaddon. Depending on whether you're saying it as most of the people here say it. Ista, let's speak to her.
This is going to be fantastic. Just wait till they hear about this back home.
That seems about the same. Let's go to the temple. Let's see if there's something new. Ooh, there are new people here.
On!
Interesting.
Stupid sword.
Hello. Oh, okay now. You're just pissing me off. Straighten out, damn you. Temper, Maska. Sorry, Master. It just slipped out. What's wrong with the sword? Oh, where to begin? For one, I can't manage to shape the metal no matter how hard I try. Master Igram says, envision a sword. So I'm envisioning, really, really hard. I think I'm ending up with a club. Maybe a mace if I'm lucky, but no sword. If my work doesn't improve soon, they'll kick me out of this temple. You can't be a priest if you're not a proper smith. Unless you help me. Go on. I snuck a peek at Master Engram's lore books and came across a ritual that can enhance a forge hammer to boost smithing skill. That's exactly the kind of edge I need. I've already completed the first part of the ritual, crafting the hammer. Unfortunately, the next 2 parts require travel to the Dyrwood, and there's no way Master Ingram will let me leave anytime soon. Okay, I'll do that for you. That's great. That hammer actually turned out alright. The first place you'll need to go is the Shrine of Abaddon in Crucible Keep. That's in the First Fires District in Defiance Bay. I've never been there myself. Just place the hammer on the shrine and it should get blessed or something. After that, you'll need to find the Shrine of Magrin in Magrin's Fort. It's not far from Defiance Bay, to the north of the city, I think. Do the same thing with the hammer at that shrine, then head back here. I'd better get back to it before Master Ingram gets annoyed with me. Why didn't you decide to become an acolyte of Abaddon? It's a family tradition. One I've managed to keep going. Barely. Isn't crafting a magical forge hammer unethical? I'm not trying to show anyone up, I just want to appear competent. You know, buy myself some time until I'm actually competent. Okay, it seems like we'd be doing a good thing there. Let's speak to Ingram. Ingram nods at you and smiles in recognition. Ah, the Kindler of the White Forge. We owe you a great debt for the industry and faith you've restored here. Welcome to the Temple of Abaddon. What'd you do here? I lead this temple and guide the acolytes in matters both spiritual and mundane. Worshippers of other gods pray or meditate. We, Abaddonians, venerate our god through the act of smithing. Our doors are always open and our forge is always light. How may I help you? This used to be a temple to Andra. Back when this was a dying, forgotten place. But the clerics who tended it left, as is customary of the goddess. The throngs who have since come to Stalwart sought a more practical deity. Alright then. Well, time to leave. Okay, where do we want to go now? I guess we just kind of head along, just to explore the village. It does seem like there are some new things, but most of them I suspect will be inside buildings. Let's go to the fishery. Fishery was boring. What else does this town have? Oh. What is this? If you're looking for Mila, tell Rose I haven't seen her. Someone needs to keep a better eye on that girl.
Blazes. What am I to do with all of these?
Hello. A well-built dwarven woman stands before you, one hand on her head and the other holding a few sheets of paper. 3 companions of blights in Whitestone Hollow. And who are these people? Magwin's faithful. Great. Another pack of religious zealots. Oh, it's like they're popping out of the snow these days. Oh, sorry, Pugs. I'm just a little preoccupied. Things may have quieted down for some Things may have quieted down some of the ogres lately, but there's been no shortage of new trouble. Poor work for those interested. Just saying. You mentioned blights? Terror of Whitestone Hollow. It's a grand blight that turned up after the avalanche. Real disaster, that. A great big heap of snow right on top of one of our main trade routes. We can't start fixing the roads until we get the blights out of there. I can't exactly ask you to bring back this thing's head, but word is the terror's last victim was a caravan master. Turns out the fellow always wore a certain brooch. Figure it's somewhere in that monstrosity's belly. Bring me the brooch and I'll take it as proof that you handled the blight. Sounds fair? Who are Magwin's faithful? Bandits and horse thieves, as far as I can tell, led by a woman named Rodwith. Problem is their little group keeps growing and they've started tearing through some of the smaller villages. They were last spotted by Steering Falls, and rumour is they're headed in our direction. Stalwart's just getting his bearings. We can't afford this kind of trouble. Bring me Rodwith's head and I'll see you a little richer for it. Alright. Cool. We can do that. Well, this was the building that burned down in the first DLC. Hammond's Emporium. It's a shop. Oh, cool. Full shop. Oh, what we got here? We got road from Stalwart to Dyrwood. See our reflection in the shield, so it's all very new. Cheap perfumes, Abaddon figurines. Oh, this is a souvenir shop. The shopkeeper's clothes seem a little nicer, if not terribly warm compared to what you've seen around Stalwart. His hair is immaculately coiffed, and his rosy cheeks look as though they've been barely touched by the mountain winds. Welcome, welcome. I've got arms and armor, all top quality. Or perhaps you'd like to see the potions. Always a pleasure to meet respectable company out here anyway. Okay, what's he got? He's got, ooh, a legendary. Ooh. Twin Stang is a crossbow with an unusual design. It's built to fire 2 bolts before requiring a reload. Few are the practical uses of such a weapon that would be worth the trade-off for the extra weight. This item, however, was built to fulfill a particular need. Okay. So it does raw damage, 4 seconds on hit. It has accuracy and damage, and it does a ton of stuff. I'm going to buy it because we have a ton of money. Oh god, we've got the shop bug again. Well, I hope we don't want anything at the bottom of this list. Seal of Faith? What does it do? Not much. Ooh, what's this? Resolve Helmet? Oh, we'll have it. Surprised we didn't get magically, you know, flying up the list again. Athletics Helmet? Suppose we'll have it. Sanguine Plate Helmet? Yeah, why not? I mean, we have so much money, we might as well spend it on something. And the rest of this, I'm not really interested. We already have pry bars and ropes. We don't actually need that much more. Cool. I'll buy that. Now what's interesting is that we might want to use that crossbow. We might want to link to it. So let's have a look here. Twin Sting does 26, 37. So it does 1 less damage. 2 less damage at low level, 1 less at high level. Okay, so it's probably going to do lower damage. We kind of get that. -5 accuracy because of veil piercing, which is what gives it the DR bypass. Okay, so this one actually has more accuracy. So it's more likely to crit, which may overall... And this one lowers crit damage multiplier. So this one's more likely overall to have more crits, which means the damage may even out. Grants ambushing as a passive, so that's 25% more damage. It does mean that this does a ton of damage. What's the attack? What's the speed? This one is slow. This one is very slow. So this one's going to do a lot more. And it has the raw damage. I think I like Twin Sting. I like it. It'll work for us. Especially as we're going to be more ranged in this particular DLC. Bind our soul. So we get the bind soul thing. So kill 3 enemies with strong souls. So that's NPCs that are indicated by golden nameplates, or kill 15 enemies. Alright. Interesting. Oh, strong souls. Wait, are those not the Kickstarter characters? That'd be weird. I think they're also it. I think... No, yeah, they are the Kickstarter characters. So if you go murder 3 Kickstarter characters, you can level that up. I'm not going to do it, but it's just interesting that they thought to use them in some way. I like it. Okay, what else do we want to do? Well, I think we want to go see everybody that we can. So we'll just kind of travel around here. Teldor, we'll go and see him in a minute. Okay, same person. Talk to them.
I felt this fresh in decades.
Nope. Okay, nothing new. Right, let's go speak to whoever's in this house. Whose house is this? This is... Oh, Renegild's house. This is the former mayor. Or current mayor. I actually don't know. She's just not around. I assume she's former. Well, she's still here, but her son is not. Hello. If it isn't the hero of the White Forge, come to check back on your handiwork, or are you just here to wish me a happy retirement? Ah, I'm right, former mayor. I didn't know, but that's neat. Why did you retire? I've had enough of politics and town quarrels for this lifetime. So when Tarfus told me he was tired of the mines, I asked if he was ready to really get his hands dirty. Almost feel sorry for the guy. Alright then. Time to leave this house. Okay, let's speak to the next one, Teldor. Afraid I don't have any more bounties. Alright, that's fine. We found someone else who gives out bounties for this DLC. Rayfeld?
You really did it! I mean, people have always come through here, talking about opening the battery, claiming the White Forge, all that. But I didn't think anyone would ever really manage it. I told Ten I'd be willing to help out with digging out the mines again. You know, do my part. Figure we can turn this place around, now that you've laid the foundation.
Oh, well, I suppose that's good. Let's head over here. Now, I want to check this house, even though I think there's going to be nothing in it. In fact, I'm almost certain there's nothing in this house. What's this? Oh, this is a tree stump. I'm not going to go click on the tree stump. Let's go inside. Okay, hello.
Welcome.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what we thought would happen. Okay, let's go to our final destination on this little tour, which is the Gref's Rest. Okay, who have we got around here? Bards,
Please,
villagers,
someone has to do something. Piss off, Kern. I got enough problems.
It's villagers? This one? Hello? Oh no, I saw he was badly injured, so I thought we might as well see what was going on there, but I guess not. Kern? Oh, let's speak to Kern. Hello. Decades I've lived here. We've worked and drunk together, and not one of them will lift a finger. The dwarf's face is damp and blotchy. His outburst seems to take something out of him. He sags. His lined features show his exhaustion. I'm sorry, I have no heart for conversation. I'm sure someone here will drink to your health. Maybe I can help. Kern looks up at you, surprised. He looks around the inn and then steps closer, tone quiet and urgent. I've done something terrible. I'm not sure I can fix things. This neighbour of mine, Hattie, we've never gotten on at the best of times. With this land dispute, losing half my property, things have gotten out of hand. Go on. I was drowning my sorrows here in the inn. There was this stranger, Sevestan, obviously from out of town. We got to talking. He's all smiles, says he's a paladin. He'll sort Hattie out for me, get my land back, if I give him the week's wages. I didn't know he was a bleak walker, a madman. I was half drunk, thought Sevestan meant he'd speak on my behalf. Put a scare into Hattie, not kill him. So you got lucky. I tried to call him off once I realised. He laughed, said, that doesn't matter. Please, you gotta help me. Nobody else is willing to take him on, even for the coin I'm offering. What do you want me to do? Stop that maniac and Hattie. Make sure he's safe. His family too. I have some questions. I'll tell you anything if it'll help. What do you want to know? What's a bleak walker? I asked around. Far as I understand, their order thinks brutality is the best way to ensure peace. They don't negotiate and they don't give quarter. Once they've been ordered to clear some place out, they don't stop until they're done. And they don't change their minds. They just have to turn up half the time. They get paid to stand there and be a threat. I don't understand why Sevestan is doing this. Seems like a petty contract for a paladin. I never even knew there was a contract. How can that be right? Did Sevestan not tell you he was a bleak walker? Not at first, not till it was too late, I guess. I'd had a few drinks, but I think I'd have remembered if he'd announced it. Where's Sevestan now? He must be headed out to Hades by now. He stuck around here for a few days after we talked. Did look, I think, or wait for someone, but he's left. Alright. So I'll make sure Hattie and his family are safe. Oh, thank you. You're a good man, Pelxa. Hattie lives out east in Whitestone Hollow. Please, hurry. Alright then. We can do that. Let's speak to Nesta. Ugh, I think I ordered ale. She might have brought me the dishwasher by accident. Or maybe on purpose, you can never tell. What brings you to Stalwart? I represent a group of investors here from Defiance Bay who are attempting to establish a trade agreement with Stalwart. Before they're willing to commit to any agreement, they want to have the town assessed, make sure it's as prosperous as people are claiming. That's where I come in. She takes a long sip from her mug. What's your assessment of the town? There's certainly a lot of coin changing hands, but whether this is simply a short-lived boom or something that will persist long-term remains to be seen.
Fine.
Alright then, let's speak to Hafric. So you found the White Forge, huh? Hardly believed in it at first, but I've never seen Renegild so happy, so giddy about anything.
Here, drinks on me. We should see a boost in business with the battery open. Makes for a brighter future than we had yesterday, for sure.
Alright then, time to leave. Anything else we need to speak to? Oh, Keddy? They're new. Hello.
Heard the big news. There really isn't anything you can't do, is there? This will do so much for Stalwart. You can see it in everyone's faces. We've got hope again.
I guess Keddy was here last time, because, you know, she didn't have anything new. Anyone staying in these bits? Probably not. Yeah, these were kind of taken because they were used for previous quests. I think that's the problem with a lot of these areas. There might be stuff downstairs, but I suspect it's also taken for previous quests. So I am just going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time where we'll go and explore all these new places and hopefully get some quests done. See you then. Goodbye.